To my heartbeats.
This episode brought to you in part by Nightclub and Bar Show.
I've spent the last 20 years analyzing the global restaurant business from the inside out. I've studied the consumer habits and actions that feed this business every day. Innovation is found in places where few might look. It's where the real heartbeat of the restaurant business lies. Sometimes it's beneath the known Michelin stars or the glitz and the glamour of the posh addresses of the best restaurant districts in the business. I'm Paul Barron, and this is my show. And I'm in search of amazing food, stellar service, and that unforgettable experience. Welcome to Table 42. All right, so here we are tonight on South Beach, actually Lincoln Road. One of the things that we look for in our Foodable Top 25 list are restaurants that are really doing things a little bit different. One thing about this place, SUSHISAMBA, is that they have 3 different styles of fusion flair. You've got Peruvian, you've got Brazilian, and you've also got, of course, Japanese sushi. I've been here before a couple of times, and one of the ones that I've really fallen in love with is the El Topo. This is one of their, actually been around, I think, since the mid-90s when these guys got started, so this might be fun. All right, so you don't often see a sushi roll with melted mozzarella. This is a nice blend. I think you're gonna have the melted cheese, the crispy onions. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to eat, and I hope it's fun to taste. So, hey, Chef, thanks for letting us come into the kitchen tonight.
My pleasure.
This is going to be fun. Let's kind of learn a bit about you. Where'd you come from? What was your background?
I'm Puerto Rican. I came to SUSHISAMBA 5 years ago. Once I got here, I fell in love with the place. Nice. I haven't looked forward. I haven't looked back. You know, you get 3 kitchens to cook from, and it's a beautiful thing.
What are you going to show us tonight in terms of dishes? What
Today we're going to do one of our classics. It's a moqueca mixta. It's a dish from the northern part of Brazil. It was brought by the Africans when they immigrated to Brazil, and they brought the moqueca dish. One of the things that they brought was the oil. It's made out of palm tree. You know, it's a big thing over there, and that's one of the main ingredients that we do in the moqueca. That's why you get the orange color on the dish. We start the whole dish. We started with the oil. Once the oil is going on, we got a little garlic. We throw the garlic. We throw the onions. We throw the tomatoes. We throw the okra.
Beautiful.
Once that's going on really nice, we add all the seafood: middle neck clam, mussels, Chilean sea bass, calamari, shrimp, and then it's finished with a little bit of chimichurri rice.
This is going to be great for a guest. That comes to the table like this, steaming, piping hot.
That's how it goes out.
I love it. All right, Chef, so we're going to dish 2 now. Your slider. So this is kind of a homemade piece you guys do all about.
Everything starts back in the kitchen at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I like it.
My guys will come in and they will do steam buns. We do around 100 steam buns daily here. And so, that's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing.
Well, fresh steam buns, yeah, yes. I love those. Yeah.
Yes. You got a little prosciutto. You got a mozzarella curd that we got it here. We stretch it here. And we get it ready here. Pickled onions. They're pickled here with a little rice vinegar.
Nice.
Quail egg.
Quail eggs.
Quail eggs.
I love it.
Finished with a quail egg.
And a couple of peas.
And a couple of peas too, yeah. With a beautiful Wagyu picanha.
What a great, and then you said this was a Wagyu?
That's Wagyu picanha.
Nice.
The salt. prosciutto.
Okay. This goes out. Great presentation. So great plate there.
That's
Jeff.
your samba baru.
All right, so Chef, we're going to get a chance to see a couple of dishes out at the sushi bar today as well. That's going to be a blast. Thanks for letting us stop into the back.
No problem. My pleasure.
Okay, Maximo, we are now in the front of house of SUSHISAMBA. We had a great time in the back with your chef. Amazing dishes back there. Kind of the Brazilian flavor, a little bit of the Peruvian style. Now we're out here with some sushi. Before we get started, man, tell me a little bit about SUSHISAMBA. What are you guys doing here?
First of all, welcome in. Pleasure to have you guys in. SUSHISAMBA is a fusion of Japanese, Brazilian, Peruvian. Not only cuisine, but also it's a part of experience. In the restaurant, we have a sushi bar, very complete sushi bar. Here we also have a hot kitchen where you guys were with Chef Caesar. It's all about the ingredients. To us, it's all about the plate of ingredients. There's no one dish, so you'll find that it will be 100% Peruvian or 100% Japanese, except for our sushi, of course.
Great presentations.
Thank you.
Break down some of the items here. What are we looking at individually?
Well, from the tiraditas, I mean, we start from the most iconic and one of the most iconic SUSHISAMBA dishes.
Right.
This is yellowtail, Japanese yellowtail hamachi, served with lemongrass and jalapenos. The jalapenos, we always tell people we blanch them, we clean them, no seeds, so you basically get the 100% peppery taste. This is our tuna tiradito with green apples, puree and yuzu.
Oh, that's
yuzu
nice.
is a very aromatic Japanese citrus. Cobia, which is a local fish, you know, it's a little bit of Miami identity.
Indigenous waters, yep.
Here we got my favorite probably of all of them, kampachi, which is a Japanese baby yellowtail, served with yuzu, black truffle oil, and sea salt.
Oh, nice. Great sushi tray. Kind of break down your fish and your alignment there.
Oh, phenomenal. This is how we call samba sushi and sashimi, which is basically an assortment of sushi, sashimi, and a samba roll. Here from the sushi, we got madai, which is a Japanese snapper.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible texture. This is yellowtail kamashita.
Okay.
So I was explaining to you earlier, the most fat per content in the fish is not in the belly, as we usually think is more in the neck. So this piece of fish comes from the neck of a yellowtail, and it's nicely marinated with soy and vinegar.
Oh, and then just melts in your mouth.
It's incredible. And then we have a nice selection of sashimi with tuna, salmon, yellowtail, sea urchin.
Yeah. I mean, what is the process of you guys coming up with menu items here?
Rather than be a trend follower, we would like to be a trend maker.
Yeah.
We always brainstorming of what's new out there. We're constantly sending our chefs in food trips. We want to know what the next thing and what can we bring to the table. We're all, ever since we opened in 2001, we're all about what's next, what's new, what can we show people. At SUSHISAMBA, we believe that our concept is more about philosophy. So we do represent Japanese, Brazilian, Peruvian, and as I always says, the Japanese side comes in our sushi, the Peruvian side comes in our kitchen, the Brazil side comes the way we are. We're festive, we're colorful, we're happy, hip, and that's something that Brazil shows very much. SUSHISAMBA is an experience-driven concept. You know, everything has to be on point.
Yeah, and you guys are kind of working two bars here too.
Oh, we have two bars, we have two kitchens, we have two entrances. As I said, it's the moment that you cross the door, you're involved in this fusion that is not only culinary, but it's also it's a whole movement.
This is a great spread, Max. I want to thank you so much for letting us stop into SUSHISAMBA today. This has been a blast.
I'm glad you enjoy it. You guys are more than welcome anytime.
Absolutely.